Good evening, Craig.
Evening, Howard.
A lot to catch up. Let's start with the FA Trophy. Could we, or should we, have closed that one out 2-up?
Yeah, definitely. But you know, it's we had a very young side out. Obviously, with the injuries we've had, it was sensational with the first 25 minutes, 2-0 up. One of those really unfortunate penalties. It is a penalty. It's gone over the young lad's head. Young Bailey's gone over his head. He's tried to hook it clear, and the fella's, he's not even seen the fella. He's towed the ball away, and he's caught him. Penalty, and that was probably the only disappointment of the day, was how we reacted to them pulling it back to 2-1. I thought that we sat back deep, we stopped playing, stopped passing the ball, and all the things that we did well in the first 25 minutes to get us that 2-0 lead, we sort of, if you like, went out the window. And they got a deserved second, you know, because it was coming. We invited it in. And at half time, I told them I was really disappointed with the reaction to them pulling it back to 2-1. I said, look, whatever happens in games, you're going to have little moments where are going to go against you. You've got to stick to what you do well. I said, now whatever happens in the second half, whether they get a third goal or a fourth goal, you keep playing, because at this stage, you know, I know it's a cup game and everything, but we've got a bigger picture, obviously, with the league, everything, to keep level of performances up. And to be fair, I watched it back the second half, and I thought it was terrific. We played some really, really good football. We've done everything but score a goal. You know, they've had one shot on target, good shot, mind you, and they've won the tie. But that's what can happen in cup football. They're a decent side. They're
Zach hit the post before
hit
they
the
did
post.
that.
We missed a couple of good chances. I thought we had a good penalty shot. But I've gone beyond ever thinking we'll ever get a penalty. But yeah, you know, it was one of those. Obviously, you're really disappointed to go out, particularly on the back of last year's run. But the performance overall was decent. It was those last 20 minutes in the first half that killed us. Seeing them that they've gone and drawn Oldham didn't ease the pain. But there you go. That's cup football. And like I say, I thought overall we definitely deserve staying out of the game. But it's not always what you deserve.
Talking of cup football, Tuesday night,
Tuesday.
we thought maybe St Albans would be out for cup revenge. But Reece seems to like Clarence Park.
Yeah, he was terrific, you know. And to be fair, I thought the boys once again were very, very good all the way through, you know. And unfortunate own goal we got to give them an equaliser, and you know, we've hit the woodwork a couple of times again. You think to yourself, God, we must have hit the woodwork more than we've scored, and we've scored a few this year. You know, it's not been a problem for us scoring goals. And but what we did that we didn't do on Saturday, we kept playing our football, and I thought some of the football once again the second half was tremendous. The third was it the third goal? No, it was the second goal. The second goal was a tremendous goal, football goal from us, and yeah, and I was really pleased with it, you know. And it's with all the injuries we've got, if you like, we're building another side that are looking very, very attractive. They're young, they pop it about. They play, and I've just had a good chat with the boys in there about the situation. I mean, it's like Piccadilly Circus in our dressing room there. And
there's some competition at the moment.
I said they'll keep their shirts if they deserve it, but the quality we got to come back, and I'd like to think that no one's going beyond Christmas. Perhaps Will Seeger, he's the only one who's going beyond Christmas. We've got 14 out now, 14. What you said from the 12 the other week, Chris. He's not had a good reaction to playing Saturday. Looks like he's going to be out another week or so. Young Bailey Akehurst, who we had on loan from Gillingham, who had a decent start. He's done his knee ligaments training for Gillingham on Monday, and it just goes from bad to worse, you know. So yeah, it's one of those. But like I say, the boys that have come in have responded very, very well. And I spoke to them all in there. I said, and when you're all back and there's the competition, I said, I think we'll have a very, very strong end to the season, which we always do anyway. But I've never had an injury situation like this in 25 years. So, I mean, we had 14 boys in there, and I said I could pick a team out of this. It'd be fantastic. You know, so that's just with the injured boys.
What's the keeper situation at the moment?
Well, obviously, Joseph played against Peterborough, Adams Cup side, and he played against St Albans. We got a decision to make. Both of the boys did very well. Got a decision to make on Saturday who goes in. Preston's fit again now, so from having no keepers, we got 3. So that's what we want. We want good competition. Unfortunately, Joe Rose, he's still having tests on his problem, so he looks like he's going to be out for quite a while. But I'm very pleased with the 3 keepers we got.
And Billy's back at right back.
Yep.
Are we expecting any others back?
Saturday might be a bit too soon. I don't really envisage any of the unfit players being back Saturday, but Imran's working with them tonight. There's a couple that are going out to do a bit, so we'll have to wait and see. But we brought in a couple of what I think are very interesting players, and one we've signed, and thankfully we got clearance through. He'll be involved Saturday, and I think he'll make us stronger. So we basically with the injured players, it is what it is. I mean, it's horrendous, like 14 players, but we feel like building a side without them, and when they come back, we should be all the stronger for it.
That's what the squad's about.
Yeah, our squad's about 40
I said that last week.
It is, and it's not something I want to do, because what I've said to the boys in there, I said that we last year, and I hate harping on previous season because they'd done and dusted. But last year we had an incredible team spirit. We never knew we was beaten, and that's why we had such a good season. Unfortunately, that team wasn't good enough for this level. It was quite evident after 7 or 8 games. So that team's been broken up. What we've got to get is that spirit amongst the boys that are playing this year, and I think it's coming through. It's gradually getting there. But what doesn't help is when you're bringing players in, new players every week, and then you continue having to change the side. It doesn't help at all. So the sooner we get the players back, and to be fair to the boys that are playing, if they what we feel warrant their place in the team, in the squad, they'll stay and people will have to move on. But it's that's how it's got to be. But we need that dressing room a lot tighter than the amount we've got in there at the moment. Because like I say, we've got 14 injured players, got around 18 training. It's too many. But it is what it is. We're in this situation and we can't grumble about it. We just have to do the best we can. And what I've seen from the young lads that have come in the last couple of games, I'm very optimistic.
Oxford City on Saturday, 2 teams with similar recent form.
I'll sooner be where they are. But,
should be a good match.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, I say it every week, every game, and it is the old cliche, but particularly in this league, every game's a tough game. And they're on the edge of the playoffs. Obviously a very, very good side, and we're expecting a very tough game. But, we'll go into it confident. We'll go in it, we'll give it our best shot. No doubt our supporters will be fantastic again, and that's helped us over the last few games. They've had a hard time of it this year. You would never believe it. You'd never seeing those boys behind the goal at Peterborough, out singing their own team, Tuesday the same, and you'd think that we're in the playoffs or something, But they're unbelievable lads, and hopefully we can give them something to shout about on Saturday.
They are. They've had some good feedback, especially from Peterborough.
Yeah.
They enjoyed
They're
it.
just good. I love having a crack with them as well. The coach journey home was terrific. We had a real good chat and a lot of quizzes. It was all good. It was all good. Yes.
We won't mention the predictions then.
No. Well, I've got to give it to someone the other time. I want the stewards on the marking though.
Craig, we'll let you go and plot Oxford's downfall on the training ground tonight.
Thanks, lads.